Good morning, everybody. We have a mixed trade in the grain markets here early on Thursday morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. December corn futures up a half cent at 414 and a quarter. November soybeans are up 2.5 at 1074 and a half. December Chicago wheat down 4 3/4 at 625. December Kansas City wheat down 2 1/4 at 567 and a quarter. We have December spring wheat up 1.5 at 584. U.S. ethanol production continues to stagnate. Weekly output reported yesterday 913,000 barrels per day. That was down 2.6% on the week and down 8.4% versus the same week last year. The 4 week average of 913,000 barrels per day is 6.1% below the same period last year. Bad week for gasoline demand. It was down 3.4% on the week and down 13.6% versus the same week last year. So both ethanol production and gasoline demand have not fully recovered from COVID. It actually appears in the case of gasoline that we may be headed in the wrong direction. Driving habits in the U.S. just have not returned to normal. So despite the demand story that you hear in corn regarding exports, regarding feed, ethanol is still a problem here certainly. There's some chatter circulating regarding potential Brazilian purchases of U.S. corn and soybeans. And what happened here recently was that Brazil suspended its long-standing tariff on corn and soybeans that would be imported from countries outside of its trade bloc, which includes Paraguay, Uruguay, Argentina, and Venezuela. So in the past, if they wanted to buy corn or soybeans from the U.S., those purchases would be tariffed. They recently lifted that tariff. And Brazilian supplies of both crops have essentially become exhausted due to heavy export shipments, strong demand. So there could be a case here where Brazil buys some corn or buys some soybeans from the United States in order to kind of fill the gap between now and South American harvest. I don't know that it's going to be anything real substantial, but this has been kind of a wacky year, so I suppose anything is possible. Some rain may return to drier areas of the United States and the Southern Plains, especially, and Black Sea wheat country. In regard to the Southern Plains, it looks like only far eastern areas are going to see some rain here between, say, now and through the first week of November. Your western areas, which have really been your problem areas, I think are going to stay on the drier side. That's the way that it looks. There's also some talk about a little bit of relief in the Black Sea region. So it's certainly something to keep an eye on. These are not drought busting rain events, especially in the case of the United States, but these forecasts are constantly shifting. So it's certainly something to pay attention to. Fund traders continue to build length across the grain complex. At yesterday's close, it was estimated that funds were net long 231,000 contracts of corn, 252,000 contracts of soybeans, and 72,000 contracts of SRW wheat. So you're basically at record levels in terms of length in the soybean market, and in the SRW wheat market, you're at what I would call an aggressive net long position in the corn market. When you combine the positions across those three markets, funds were estimated to be net long 555,000 contracts at yesterday's close. This is only essentially the third time ever that the fund length combined has been that big. I did a full podcast and video regarding fund length in these markets yesterday, so go and check that out if you want some more details and you want some visuals on that situation. We will have our weekly export sales report from USDA later this morning. Again, strong row crop sales expected. Corn expected to come in 800,000 to 1.4 million. Soybean sales expected 1.5 million up to 2.5 million. Wheat sales expected 200,000 to 800,000. Remember, November grain options expire tomorrow, Friday. If you have some remaining open positions there, certainly make sure you take a look. Corn market acting very well. Not only is flat price acting well, but we're seeing a phenomenally strong action in the spreads. There is now only 3 cents of carry from the nearby December contract to July of 21. So they've essentially taken just about all of the carry out of this corn market. The nearby December corn futures contract is within, 9 cents of the contract highs that were posted way back in July of 2019. So the market continues to act phenomenally well. The reason is debatable. You look at this situation in corn on paper, and it really doesn't appear as if we have a problem. You look at some of the trade chatter, some of the export purchases, this story regarding China that I've discussed a little bit, and maybe there is a story there that USDA isn't quite telling us. But in any case, the market acting phenomenally well in the middle of U.S. harvest, which of course is not normal. Nearby soybean futures, the November contract trading within 5 or 6 cents of contract highs this morning. Bull trend very much intact, strong demand via exports, via domestic processors. It's all very, very positive. Moving forward here, we've got to keep an eye on Brazil. They have caught some rain. Things look slightly better. The crop's going to be late this year. That doesn't mean it's going to be bad. So we've still got a lot of time to figure out what sort of crop will be harvested in Brazil in early 2021. The wheat market posted fresh highs just yesterday. Although I will say that I'm looking at a Kansas City wheat chart. You know, it went up, it posted fresh highs yesterday, finished the day lower, which is not necessarily the best technical action in the world. It was not a key reversal, but it is a reversal, and we're lower this morning. So, you know, if the prospect of some of these rains turns into reality, or the forecasts for rain become more widespread, that could be something that tops the wheat market certainly. Cattle futures kind of a mixed bag yesterday. Fat cattle were down anywhere from, I don't know, 30 to 90 cents, I guess. Feeder cattle, some contracts higher, some contracts lower, so a mixed bag. The boxed beef market was mixed yesterday. Feeder cattle index was off $1.60 at 138.66. It's been kind of soft here as of late. The stock market a little bit lower ahead of the cash open. The Dow's down 57 points. The S&P's down 8. The bond's up a little bit. U.S. dollar is up a little bit. Crude oil's up 35 cents at 40.38 in the December WTI. Precious metals are lower. Remember, if you'd like some more information, as always, visit my website. Go to standardgrain.com. Click on Grain Marketing Plan. Check out that subscription service. It's $49 a month. It includes my morning email, which goes out every morning at 6:30 a.m. Central Time. It also includes a text message service that will alert you whenever I'm making a recommendation in regard to corn, soybean, or wheat sales. You can cancel that deal at any time. There are no other fees aside from that $49 per month. There's no obligation there at all. So certainly check that out if you're looking for some help. Everyone have a great day today. I'll talk to you on Friday.